Hi, this is Campbell, and welcome to my podcast, Hang On to Your Daydreams, now on YouTube and Spotify. Today, my guest is Robin Campbell, an 18-year volunteer of the American Cancer Society. Hello, Robin Campbell. How are you doing today?
Good. And you?
Hi. Robin is from the American Cancer Society. She's been a volunteer for years. How many years have you been there, Robin?
18.
18. And what does a volunteer for the Cancer Society do?
Well, that depends. I started out doing a Climb to Conquer Cancer in Flagstaff as a participant.
Hmm.
And I've worked my way up now where I am the South lead for the Voices of Hope. And I work on community fundraising.
Oh,
Mm. I am also a voice of hope and I am a global hero of hope.
oh, meaning you have cancer.
A speaker for the American Cancer Society can be a caregiver or a survivor. I have been a survivor since December 19th. That's when I learned that I had cancer. Up until that time, I had been a caregiver. I took care of my father, my friends, my brother, while they went through their cancer journey.
Okay, so
And
you are cancer free now?
as far as I know, I just had a mastectomy on April 10th, so we're still kind of working through this.
Oh my goodness. Okay, my mom had one of those, and yeah, she went through it. It was scary time. She didn't even want to call the doctor back when he called her and said, you've got to call me back." And Daddy finally made her, if you don't call, I am.
It's hard to wait and think about what they could tell you.
Hmm. Hmm. So yeah, I know there's a lot of breast cancer is so common anymore, and it not just women get it, but men get it.
True, very
And
true.
and what causes it? Do you know? I
In my
mean,
case, in my case, I am estrogen and progesterone positive. So therefore, mine was caused by the estrogen that I was put on after my hysterectomy at age 47.
okay. So what about men though? What causes it in men? Do you know?
I do not know.
Okay, that's fair. Because yeah, they don't take estrogen. I mean, they might have, I mean, some of them might have more estrogen in their body than they should, or anything's possible.
Mhm. It could be progesterone in them also as well.
Okay, okay. So when you were taking care of people as a caretaker, what type of cancers did they have?
My father had metastasized colon cancer,
Mm,
and my brother had stomach cancer.
mm-hmm.
My best friend had breast cancer,
Oh my goodness.
and I also had an aunt who had stomach cancer.
Wow. So it's really affected your family.
Right, we have a big history.
Yeah, I guess we do too. And I didn't know how much until I talked to my mother this morning. And she was naming off all the people just on her side of the family. Some of her uncles that I didn't really know all that well and their kids and so forth and so on. So yeah, it's a big concern for me too.
Yeah, it's very important that you have your screenings, all the screenings. You have a colonoscopy, you have, uh, I'm sorry, it just flew my mind.
That's
Uh,
that's okay.
you
Blood
have
tests.
skin checked all the time for melanoma. You have,
There's my scar.
there's your scar.
And there's my scar. And then I had another pre-cancer. You can't really see a scar, but it was taken off right there.
Yeah.
So mine's my face, unfortunately.
So it's important to have a mammogram because the last time I had a mammogram, I had nothing.
Hmm.
And then this time I went in to have a mammogram, and I just knew by the way everybody was acting that something was going on. So
Oh,
they had me come back in. They did a second mammogram, then they did a CT scan, and then they had me come back and do a biopsy. And I had a 2 centimeter tumor in my right breast.
And
So
that came over a 2 year period?
a 1 year period.
1 year period. Oh my
Right,
gosh.
right.
So
So
that's fast.
yeah, it's a very, very important to have all your screenings done every year. Because you just never know. I never thought I'd get breast cancer. Other cancers, yes, but not breast cancer. It was very much a surprise.
See, and I never thought about skin cancer either. I mean, I was a sun worshiper when I was a kid, always at the swimming pool. If I wasn't at the swimming pool, I was laying outside under the hose that's going like this to keep the water on me.
Did you put baby oil on so you could
Babe,
get darker?
oh, you gotta keep your skin nice.
Yeah, of course.
Thought we were doing it right, but we didn't even have sunscreens back then.
Yeah, who knew? Who knew?
I know. And so when they told me that I had just for people who know, mine started out with a pimple that would not go away. I kept getting that pimple, getting that pimple. And then finally, it turned into a brown spot. And I told my doctor, she said, oh, it's just an age spot. I went for 2 or 3 years with just an age spot. And then finally she said, well, and I kept complaining about this one spot on my knee. And she said, well, maybe you're old enough. We'll just send you to have your skin checked out. We'll send you to a skin doctor. And they came back and I had two different types of cancer on my body.
Wow.
And I was in total shock. Total shock. I was so I'm, I was mad at my doctor, but
They do the best they can,
yeah, yeah.
and sometimes they aren't looking for cancer. Like with my brother, he was 50 years old. They don't find stomach cancer in 50-year-old physically fit men. It's just not something that they were looking for.
Hmm.
And
What were
so
the symptoms of that?
he started not being able to eat. And if he would eat, it would come back up.
Hmm.
And I would sit there at night because he was reversed. His days were night, his nights were day. So we'd sit there at night and talk, and I would rub his tumor in his stomach because you could
Hmm.
feel it on the outside.
And did that give him relief?
He liked it, yes.
Okay.
He liked that, but none of the people I have just mentioned to you are still with us. So,
That's sad.
but we make advances all the time. The American Cancer Society research makes advances all the time. So you just never know.
What kind of advances do you know that are out there now that they're working on?
Well, just instantly for me, um, I had a lot of people tell me, oh, you can't raise your arms, oh, you can't move around, oh, you can't do this after your mastectomy. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can, and
Oh
you
yeah.
exercise, and you can use your arm just as normal as you can.
Uh-huh.
So,
Exactly. I mean, a boob is something we don't need.
but it is different not having one.
Imagine my poor mother, she went through and she'll probably kill me for telling you this, but she went through the prosthetic
Uh-huh.
and she said that thing was so heavy and so hot that she finally had it rebuilt.
I
And
don't
she
think I'll ever have a rebuilt, but I have
mhm,
been thinking about a prosthetic. But you
mhm,
and I know the weather where we live, and
mhm.
I'm afraid it's just going to be way too hot.
Yeah, it might be, and you might go the reconstruction route because mom says she just loves it since she did that. She said the other one was just, and she was in Tennessee, I think, when I don't know, Tennessee or Louisiana, one of the two when she had hers done.
It's the
And
humidity on top of everything.
and she just said it was just a pain. It was just a pain. So
Yeah.
anyway, what else can you tell me about the American Cancer Society?
Well, we do have fundraising events. We're the largest volunteer-led fundraising charity in the world.
Hmm.
And I do mean the world. There's Related
Wow.
for Lives in at least 20 countries.
Wow, I didn't know it was that
Um,
big. It's bigger than Oh, the guys that ring the bell, Salvation Army.
Yes. We have events called Relay for Life, which are more like festivals. They used to be an event where we'd go to a football field at a high school and we'd walk all night. And there were reasons why we walked all night. Different parts of the night symbolize different stages of a walk through cancer. But that has changed because people don't want to be outside all night walking on a track. So now there are more festivals. We have Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, which I will be participating in Phoenix. Those are bigger events and they're a 5K. And so
Oh,
it's
you
just
run
for
a
part of your
5K
day.
or you walk? You walk or run?
You walk.
Okay.
You walk. Last year when I did Making Strides in Phoenix, there were over 45,000 people walking. And
All
to
right.
be in a group like that and walking for the same purpose is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
also have Determination, which is more of a physical type of event, a running, bicycling, things like that. That is also a fundraiser. And one of the fun ones that we have is we have a virtual relay. And they,
Virtual relay.
yes, they make a lot of money.
How do they do that?
They create a virtual world on the computer and people participate through that.
Awesome. Awesome.
So the
So,
American Cancer Society provides programs to all communities, to everybody.
mhm.
We have an 800 number you can call 24/7. You will talk to a human being. You will not get a recording at any time. We
And
have,
what do you know that number?
yes, it's 1-800-227-2345. And you can call them and you can ask them about their services, but you can also ask questions about cancer. If you're a caregiver, you can call and ask about caregiving. If you're a friend of somebody who has cancer and you just want to know more about cancer, you can call that number and talk to a live human being. There's
Mhm.
also cancer.org, which I have been relying on a lot with what I've been going through. Cancer.org has so much information for a breast cancer person. It's unbelievable.
Really?
My doctors didn't give me exercises to do after my mastectomy, but cancer.org has those out there.
And what kind of exercises are those? Just kind of like raising the arm and
Raising the arm and doing certain movements where you feel the stretches so you don't heal with your arm in one position. It moves everything around in there.
mhm.
We also have programs like Road to Recovery, which is where we drive people to their treatments and home again. We have Reach to Recovery, which you can call and talk to a breast cancer survivor about anything that you come across, that emotional, physical, anything that you want, you can talk to that person. You pick your own person so you know who you're hooking up with and you get a relationship going with them. Research grants are a huge part of what we do. Um, I do not have the statistics on how much went to Arizona hospitals this year, but I'm pretty sure it was over $2 million.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's just for Arizona. That's not the whole country.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. There's a lot of programs there that I didn't know about.
And a
Uh,
lot of people don't. And
yeah, and
well, we're
and
gonna,
fortunately, I haven't known anybody to pass away from cancer. I know there's been that in my family, but I can't say that I really knew those people,
Mhm.
because growing up they had moved away and only came maybe once every 6 years, to say hi to the family. So I can't really say that I know them. So I guess I'm kind of fortunate that I haven't seen people dwindle away like other people have. And to me, that's what cancer is. You just kind of dwindle away if you don't catch it.
And that's true. And that's true. And that's why I'm glad mine was caught early.
Hmm.
And so
Me
we
too.
can move forward. Yeah.
Me too. And then you can keep an eye out. I know I had a little cyst removed one time, but it was non-cancerous. but it was sore. And they say breast cancer doesn't hurt. Is that true?
That is true.
So you can't just, unless you feel a nodule or something, you don't know.
True.
So how did,
I had felt the lump
Mhm,
and I knew I was going in for my screening.
mhm.
And so I wasn't really surprised when they started acting like something else was going on because I knew the lump was there because I had found it. Um,
It's not a fun time.
and if you don't do your screenings, even though we want you to do your screenings, if you don't, then pick up the phone and make your call and get a screening done.
Get a mammogram done.
Get a mammogram done. Get your prostate checked.
Yeah, prostate cancer for guys is pretty big too. Um,
I have heard that every male will get prostate cancer if he lives long enough.
really?
And that's kind of scary. So you want to catch that early.
No
You want to catch
kidding.
everything early. It's easier to treat early than later.
Okay, okay. So you've given us the phone number. Is there anything else that people need to know about how to reach American Cancer Society or what they do or anything like that?
Well, I would say if you have an event in your area, certainly sign up and go check it out and see what it's about. We do have a lot of fun.
Okay, you're not too far from me.
I
Um,
am not. We do
yeah,
not have any in our county.
okay. That's
We
what I was
use,
gonna ask.
yes, there is a relay and a strides event in Las Vegas and also in Prescott, there's a relay. And then in Phoenix, there's
Okay.
a strides event. So,
So just look in your county, wherever you are, whatever state you're in. Just look and see what you can do to help support the American Cancer Society. And let's try to knock out the C word if we can.
right, that's what we want to do.
Well, thank you so much, Robin, for coming on and telling me a little bit about the American Cancer Society. I wish you the best of luck in your whatever you decide to do.
Thank you.
And I just thank you for coming on today. It's been a pleasure.
It was good meeting you.
Thank you.
You can get the sweaty by the fireside. Sunday.